Hi there, Cornelia. It's your Principal Masika. I'm going to share a little information with you today about our Cornelia and our Edina Elementary Distance Learning Plan. So follow along. If everyone's not in the room, if this is just a parent or if this is just a student, come all of you gather around so we can all share this together and kind of go through some of the information that you're going to need to know. So first off here, just some of the things that I want to reinforce is that our distance learning priorities really center around two things: creating some routine for students and then maintaining some strong relationships with their teachers. So again, just reinforcing the idea that students need a plan. They need to be able to depend on kind of what's going to happen day to day. And so I'm going to go through some things here that you can look forward to, knowing about what this might look like here at your house, and for you to be able to better plan for what that might look like. Second thing is that we're really going to do our best to maintain some relationships. And I'll move my little video down here so you can see some of the words. Maintain those relationships that you have with your teachers. And so teachers will use two what we call platforms to connect with students. Our K1 and 2 students will use what's called Seesaw. So if you have not yet connected up to a Seesaw account, please make sure you do that. And then our 3, 4, and 5 students will connect using Schoology. So your teachers are going to send you some more information on that, probably Monday morning, so that you can look at that, so that you can work towards being more proficient at that. I know I've practiced myself this week. So those are the two platforms that you'll use. So beginning March 30th, teachers will assign activity boards to the students. And so you'll look for what the assignments are related to those activity boards. Really important for everyone is attendance is not optional. Attendance will be taken daily by your teachers, and teachers will be marking attendance based on a student posting to Seesaw or Schoology, and they'll give you some directions around that for each individual teacher that your students are working with. So, but it's not optional. There does need to be an interaction with the student and the teacher every day. And that might be through submitting an assignment or having a parent respond that, yep, we did the work. Look to your teachers for what that might look like. But we will expect to have some sort of connection with your student, either through the parent or the actual student on a daily basis, so that we can mark you present on these days. Teachers will maintain relationships and routines with students through, they're going to post a video or an update to both of those platforms, either Schoology or Seesaw, by 8 o'clock a.m. They'll share activities that they have planned for your student during that update. They're going to respond to any of the things they're asking you to submit. And then they're going to hold office hours, an AM office hour and a PM office hour. And depending on your teacher and their schedule and what's going on in their home, those may be different. So look to your teacher to see what those times might be. But they will hold an AM and a PM office hour. If you have a student who receives special education services, special ed case managers will reach out to families with more specific information about how services will be provided and what's expected for each one of your students. Specialists, meaning art, music, and PE, they will begin connecting with students on April 6th. So we were using the first week of distance learning really to make sure that we've solidified the homeroom experience first and make sure that everyone feels comfortable before we start adding in. I know that all of you have, many of you have students in different levels in secondary and elementary, and we're trying to do our best to not overwhelm people with all sorts of newness this first week, but you will be getting messages from your homeroom teacher, and then following will be your specialists. So classroom teachers will confirm and communicate with families what that schedule might look like. So questions, I'm sure you're going to have some. So when you start out on this new adventure, start with your classroom teacher. They might be able to answer your question for you, assignments, activities, connect with them first, either through an email or through an office hour visit, whatever that might be. And then technology questions, the district today launched, I'm filming this on Wednesday, the district launched the distance learning website for families to look through. On the bottom of almost every page in that distance learning webpage, as I've looked through it, has who to contact and what the hours are for technical support. So look to that website to figure out exactly how you're going to connect on any technology type issues. And then any other questions or things that you're concerned about or things that you can't figure out, if they can't be answered through the classroom teacher or the technology help desk, either I can answer them or I will get you to the person who can. So feel free to contact me as well. I'm going to move my video up here a little bit so that you can see all the words. So this is an elementary weekly schedule. This is kind of what it looks like. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, what you'll see are they look exactly the same. So there's teacher contact, either through AM office hours, PM office hours, and then also kind of teacher-directed activities. And your teachers will inform you about what that looks like starting on Monday. And then as you can see here on Friday is a day where there will not be AM and PM office hours. Fridays we've really designated for teachers to collaborate and plan with their team or other specialist or support staff within the building. So we're using that Friday day as a day for you to connect or for them to connect with their colleagues. They will still post activities for independent learning, and you should still submit like you would for attendance, but it won't be like the typical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where there's a morning office hour and an PM office hour. All right. So this gets a little bit messy because I got to move my video around a bit here. So we'll start at the top here. So this is just kind of a sample elementary schedule so that you kind of understand what that might look like. So time of day, by 8 o'clock a.m., your teachers will have posted what we have been naming kind of a morning message, or kind of like what are the tasks for today. They'll either be on Schoology. Again, 3, 4, and 5 will connect during that or through that Schoology platform. And K1 and 2 will connect through that Seesaw app. Teachers will post a video message to include kind of what are the student goals and activities for that day. And then, plan some time for your student maybe to engage in some of those activities in the morning, work on some of that work. There's going to be an AM office hour, and to look to your teacher to figure out what times those might be. And again, you can check in through just an email. If you have a question to answer, they'll be available on their email, or through teachers might be providing what's called a Google Meet number, and that's typically a link where you can link on and chat through either your computer or your phone to be able to talk about issues that arise or questions that you might have. Then plan some afternoon activities. Again, look to that morning message for that posted teacher message or activities and look to see what those might be. But plan for some time where students could be working on some of those other activities. And then there's a PM office hour, again, for teachers to be available for families and students to connect on questions they might have or things that they are working on. So I'm gonna move my video up here again. And then last on here is that there's a student check-in by attendance, and that just means that whatever way teachers have asked you to respond to their posted activities, whether that's submitting a video, whether that's taking a picture of their work, there'll be multiple different ways. Teachers are going to track students that have completed or been what we're calling present or have been attending through doing those activities. And just kind of marked by participation. Please have those in by 5 so teachers can record that for our clerical staff, and then they'll work through marking you as being in attendance for that day. All right, so some helpful reminders for your elementary school students. Helpful things to do are to try to figure out where is your working space for your student. So in a place that might be minimal distractions, but also set up where your students, your elementary age students, can connect with other family members. Try to keep those devices. Our rule at our house is that they can only be on the main floor, so that we always know what's being done, or what's being worked on, or people can access the adult for help, or older siblings, those kinds of things. And then just a reminder for students, already know this, but just a good reminder for parents, whether it's a personal device or a school-owned device, please don't be eating or drinking while you're using those devices. I know it can sometimes be fun to have a snack and be working on your work, but if you have your device, try to move that away from any food or beverages that might damage the device. And then also, always a good idea is to practice good digital citizenship. For parents, the link that was sent out on Wednesday has a link to the distance learning website. And I know that there are digital citizenship lessons and reminders on there for every age range of student. So if you're curious to see what might be some helpful reminders or good things to review with your students, look to that website. There's some great resources on there from our district staff. So just one last thing as we're in this together. Your teachers are absolutely incredible. I cannot believe the amount of work, time, energy, and effort that has gone into designing what distance learning looks like. And everybody stepped up to the plate and has really worked really hard under some pretty stressful and unique situations. So big shout out to our Cornelia teachers. We're really, really, really lucky to have them. I know that myself, along with all the staff at Cornelia, we're all thinking about you and your family, and we miss you. We miss seeing you. I know I miss getting my hugs and waves in the hallway as students arrive. But I know that we're all staying home and being safe to be well for not only ourselves, but for everybody else in our community. So keep up that great work. My goal is to get a video out to you once a week so that I can at least feel like I'm connected in some way. But stay safe. I'm thinking of you, and we'll be off to new adventures on the 30th, all of us together. So be well, Cornelia. I'll see you soon. Thanks.